quick, before we start on these notes, because these notes aren't going to take us very long, I just want to talk to you really fast. Today's the day you get to hit the reset button, right? Some of you are frustrated with where chapter 2 wound up, but if you look back at your effort on your homework assignment every single day, it is clearly reflected in your test. And I'll be honest with you, I will argue that with anybody. If you gave me 100% effort, 100% on every assignment, you will score well because you've practiced. So we can't change what happened in chapter 2, but we can change what's happening in 1B. So if you think about this, what you did yesterday and the book assignment that we just corrected, if you didn't ask me in class, which nobody did, it's just fine. But if there's something you got wrong and you don't know how to fix it, that's when you should be in here in enrichment or after school or stopping by before school. You have to make this choice every single day. If you are not finishing every assignment and understanding why every answer is the way it is, it's going to be reflected in your assessment. Agreed? And I think we all found out really fast, if we kind of like half effort one day, it catches up to us pretty fast. Okay? And then you're scrambling when it comes to a quiz or a test. You don't have to scramble if we 100% effort 100% of days. Also, next Friday, you have a quiz. It's a big chunk of points in the grade book. So you want to make improvements to what happened to your grade after chapter 2 test, or you want to continue it rising, because some of you, it went up. And then the following Friday, which is also the last day of the quarter, there's a test. So you have 2 huge pieces of points available to you here. If you want to make changes, this is where we start. Okay? All right, here we go. We are going to break 1-3 into technically it's 3 days, but 2 days. There's 2 things that we learn in 1-3. I'm going to teach you 1 today. I'm going to teach you 1 tomorrow, and then I'm going to scramble them together on Friday. Okay? So, a monomial, M-O-N-O-M-I-A-L, monomial. Mono means 1. A monomial is a number or variable or a number and variable multiplied together. We just have 1 chunk today. We don't have x plus 3. We just have x, or 2x squared. And we are going to learn how to simplify monomials by using the laws of exponents. Okay, there are 4 laws of exponents. You're going to learn 1 today, you're going to learn 1 tomorrow, 1 on Monday, and 1 on Tuesday. Okay? So I will tell you today, you're going to be like, I don't have to show work. This is so easy. I'm going to require you to. But in your brain, you're like, this is so easy. But tomorrow, I'm going to teach you a different rule. And then on Friday, when I scramble them together, your brain hurts. So I need you to show your work so that you don't forget what you're doing on every single problem. You're twice as likely to remember something you write down as you say or hear. So if you actually write down your work, you're going to be twice as likely to remember it. The first rule we're learning today is the product of powers. Product of powers. Product means to multiply. We are going to multiply powers. And when you multiply powers with the same base, remember the base is the number at the bottom or the letter at the bottom that's repeated, we actually are going to add their exponents. Did everyone hear that? It's weird, and this is why our brain hurts today. We're multiplying, but we're actually going to add. To multiply, the rule of multiplication says you add. All right, I'm going to make you say this 1,000,000 times today, so be prepared. When we're multiplying, the very first thing we have to do is keep the base. The base does not change. The base does not change. And then we are going to add your exponents. Don't work ahead here. I'm giving you vital information. Stay focused where I am. In order to multiply, keep the base and add your exponents. You're going to get annoyed with me saying that today, but I'm going to say it a gazillion times. So what does this look like, Miss Hoff? Here's an example. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot. A dot in math means multiplication. 2 cubed times 2 to the 4th. So the rules say we keep the base. Notice both bases are 2's. So we kept the base of 2. Keep the base and add your exponents. What are my 2 exponents? 3 and 4. So your work today, you put 3 plus 4 up there. Now everyone together, what is 3 plus 4? 7. Your final answer is 2 to the 7th. Here's the deal. Nobody gets to complain about showing work, because if this is all you have to show, this was like a 16th of what you had to do on every problem in chapter 2, agreed? It's so little, but it's so important. So important. All right, let's practice. We have 5 squared times 5. How do I know I'm multiplying? Because there's a dot. To multiply, keep the base. What's the base? Base is 5. And add your exponents. Now notice I said exponents, plural, but Miss Hoff, there's only one number there. What are my exponents? 2 and 1. 2 and 1. If they don't write 1 there, it's a 1. So what's my final answer? 5 to the 3rd power. Now everybody always says, ooh, should I calculate 5 to the 3rd? I don't want you to today. I purely want you to just show me the product of powers rule. What happens if our base is a letter? Nothing changes. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot in the middle. Keep the base. What's the base? C. Add my exponents. What are my 2 exponents? 3 plus 5. My final answer? C. Say it correctly. C to the power of 8, or C to the 8th power. You are required to show me this. That is your work. I don't think that's much to ask compared to chapter 2, agreed? Okay? All right, take a minute right now. I want everybody to go do these 4 problems exactly how we just did in your notes right above. Complete those 4 got it problems, and then we're going to circle around the room giving our answers. You're up first. You ready? Oh, wait. I left you guys out last week, didn't I? Yesterday? Oh, you're off the hook. That is right. I skipped Hudson. Did I skip you, Peter, yesterday? It was just Hudson I skipped? Oh, it was you guys yesterday? You were hopefully like, she'll forget. Okay, I'll make Hudson go first. Okay. All right, Hudson. On the first one, 9 cubed times 9 squared. I'm going to walk you right through it. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot. So I got to keep my base. What's my base? 9. And then I'm going to add my exponents. What 2 numbers should I add? 3 and 2. My final answer is perfect. 100%. Nicely done. All right, Taya, can you handle it? All right, she's got it. 8 cubed times 8 to the 2nd. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot. Keep your base. What's your base? A. I'm going to add my exponents. What are my 2 exponents? And 3 and 2. My final answer? A to the 5th power. Nicely done. Nicely done. Question? Nope. We gotta let Allie go. Don't take her turn away. I know she wants to go next. 4 to the 5th times 4 to the 3rd. I know I'm multiplying because it's a dot. Keep my base. Allie, what's my base? 4. Add my 2 exponents, which are 5 and 3. Final answer? 4 to the 8th power. I just called you Allie, and I don't know if I'm really supposed to. I'm sorry. Is that what people call you? Okay. All of a sudden they panic, like, crap, I might have just made up a nickname for her. My bad. Do you want the next one? All right. B to the fourth times B. Keep your base, Isaiah. What's your base? B. I'm going to add my two exponents. What are they? 4 and 1. Nicely done. My final answer is B to the 5th power. B to the 5th power. You got this. You got this. Questions so far? And you're like, please let this be it. Please let this be it. Small twist. Small twist. Go back up to those got it problems. What's different about this one? There's a number in front of the variable. Oh, there's like a word for that. A number in front of the variable. A number in front of the variable. A what? Starts with a C. Yes, a coefficient. We have coefficients now. Ah! It's easy. It's easy. Okay, don't panic. I can't believe you guys just screamed. Wow. Okay. All right, what we have to do here is we're going to group things that are alike. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot. I know I'm multiplying because there's a dot. So what I want to do is I want to put my coefficients together in the same set of parentheses. So I'm going to write -3 times 4. All I'm doing on this first step is rearranging, and I can rearrange because it's all multiplication. -3 times 4. Now I'm going to put together all my same bases. In this problem, I only have a base of x. So I'm going to put together x squared times x to the 5th. I want to stop and look at this. This is a crucial step. Does everybody see what I did here? The coefficient in front of your variable, in front of x, I put them together. And then my bases of x, I put in their own set of parentheses. Now here's the twist. You actually multiply your coefficients. You actually multiply. So everyone, -3 times 4. -12. Now we have to use our laws of exponents to multiply. There's a dot there, that's how I know I'm multiplying. Keep the base. What's my base? X. And I'm going to add my two exponents. What are my exponents? 2 and 5. So my final answer would be -12 x to the 7th power. You have to show me all of that as work. Don't skip anything. Don't skip anything. Go down one. Question. No. No. You cannot just write a plus sign there. That's what you were going to ask me, isn't it? No. I can read minds. Want to bet? Yeah. What are my coefficients here? Very good with the negatives. -2 and -8 are going to be grouped together. What base do I have? M. I have m to the first. Very good. M to the first and m to the 5th. Don't forget about that guy. He's there, which means there's at least one of them. So that tells us we have to actually multiply the first ones. Careful here, careful here, careful here. -2 times -8. Positive 16. Keep your base. What's your base? M. Show me that you're adding. What two numbers are you adding? 1 and 5. Everyone, your final answer is 16. M to the 6th power. Nicely done. All right, do that last one on your own. Same rules. Show me those 3 lines of work, or 2 lines of work in your final answer. I group my coefficients -2 and 3 out front, and I group a and a to the 4th. -2 times 3 is -6. Keep my base of a. What are my two exponents? 1 and 4. Common mistake, people forget there's a 1 there. So my final answer, -6 a to the 5th. Okay, I got one more. Because this is a combination of all the questions people have asked me on this worksheet, okay? So I'm going to answer it all in one problem. So go to the bottom and write this problem down carefully. Write it down exactly how I'm going to write it up here. 3 m to the 3rd n p to the 2nd. 3 m to the 3rd n p to the 2nd. Parenthesis, -m squared n cubed p, close your parenthesis. Instant panic mode, right? Great. Now we got more than one letter. Now we got this random negative sign in there. I have no clue how to do this. What is this random negative sign? It's a negative n. So what number is technically in front of all of these letters? -1. So when you see that negative sign, the first thing I do is go and write a -1 in there. So I remember it's actually a -1. Now the rules don't change. We're just going to group the same letters together. This time we're just going to have a couple sets of parentheses. First things first, what are your coefficients? Coefficients, 3 and -1. So I'm going to put in one set of parentheses, 3 times -1. Now, what's the first letter that you see? M. And what m's do I have to group together? M to the 3rd and m to the 2nd. So you should write m cubed times m squared. We're just putting m's in their own parenthesis. What's the next letter you see? N. What n's do you have to put together? I like that we put n to the 1st and n to the 3rd, or n cubed. What's the next letter you see? P. What p's do you have? P to the 2nd and p to the 1st. Now we have multiple parentheses, but the rules don't change. What do I do to my coefficients? I actually multiply. 3 times -1. -3. Now everything else that has a base and an exponent, keep the base and show me that you're adding. What's the first base I keep? M. What exponents am I adding? 3 plus 2. What's the next base I keep? N. What am I adding? 1 and 3. What's my next base? P. What am I adding? 2 and 1. So everyone, my final answer, -3, m to the 5th, n to the 4th, p to the 3rd. Should I add 5, 4, and 3 together? I added all my other exponents together. Gavin? Very good. They're different variables, which means they're actually different bases. Okay. Excellent answer. Because they're different letters, you cannot add those exponents. Good job. Okay, so people hate when I hook the worksheet onto the notes, so that's what I did, is I made your note sheet separate so that you can have it next to you, and then your worksheet's going to be right here. Now, I expect to see work on this. It's only 11 questions, folks. I will be around to star problems and circle so that you can check things. I answer questions as you go. If you get this done in class, or you need something to do in enrichment, or you want extra practice, out on my lesson plans, Under Tuesday, it says extra practice here, and when you click on it, it's an escape room. That's over just multiplying product of powers. So it's a great way to practice. Some of you are like, I just need more practice. That's a way to practice. Questions? All right, here we go.